All right. We're on. We're live. Hello. Hello from the Fleming household and from all those present. Hello. We are just finishing up our breakfast and we're going to get started here in just a second. So you'll definitely want to have your packet. If you didn't get the memo to print your packet out, probably stop the video and print that out before you go any further. Otherwise, you're going to get super lost and confused. So I'm going to turn this down, like, because I can't look at myself and talk to these people at the same time. So I'm going to turn the brightness down to where it's like I can't see myself. There. Okay. Okay. For time's sake, we can keep munching as we go, but we'll go ahead and jump in because I know you guys probably have things to do and places to go and all that kind of fun stuff. But feel free to keep, munching on your breakfast at the same time. I'm gonna put mine over there. And okay, so I'm gonna talk to you guys and not to this computer. Just don't want to look at myself. I see myself talking in it and it's like, okay. This is our MK University. So it's this is kind of designed, y'all are actually in a class together. So y'all are the class of May. So it'll be you guys and then 4 other ladies who can be with us today. But the other two other girls, Shauna, have you guys met Shauna?
Yeah, I met her. I think so.
Shauna and Sarah will be here in person with us at breakfast at our second session. So there's only 2 sessions, and this is going to be spanning kind of a 30-day period of time. So a couple of things with this, we have the packet, and this packet's designed to kind of be a reference for you to go back and be maybe a refresher course or just a reference of a skill, if that makes sense. So these are especially the first course is going to be really, really basic skills. The second course, it'll be a little bit more advanced skills, especially if you've already done your 30 faces. Some of this might be a little bit redundant in the first course, but the second course will be much more expanded, if that makes sense. Through this, you're also going to have not really assignments or whatever, but essentially ways for you guys to earn points because somebody will graduate the class as a valedictorian. Which is pretty cool. So you're actually going to get a certificate that you graduated the class. And so there's a voucher that you can do that has little things for you to do to earn points. Of course, you earn the most points by seeing faces and sales and shares. But there's also different things for you to do to complete to help you have your effective skills ready and in place, if that makes sense. Not just kind of back here in the corner about it, but actually to put it in place, which will make sense as we go through this. And so again, somebody will graduate valedictorian. Everybody will graduate by completing the course and doing vouchers and all that kind of fun stuff. And then if you graduate with honors, which means you complete a power start, do a 600 reorder in these next 30 days. Power start and a 600 reorder and I think 5 shares. In the next 30 days, you earn your unit ring again. Or you earn your unit ring. If you've already earned your unit ring, you get to earn your money bag, which is super cute. So that's kind of some fun things because both of you guys earned your unit ring already, which is fun. Okay. So also I'm going to be putting everybody in a Voxer group together so that as we go along, you can be encourage people or ask questions, or I can give shout outs on what you guys are doing, just giving you recognition and that kind of stuff. So I'll put everybody in a Voxer group. So if you don't have Voxer, you should get Voxer. Talking to you.
You gotta show me how.
I know, I'll show you how. It's okay. And so, yeah, so that's pretty much everything right now. So we'll go ahead and jump in. You want me to? I should have blessed the food. I forgot.
I did it in my heart.
Did in your heart. Sorry, I was like mentally thinking elsewhere. Well, let me pray for us before we get started, if that sounds okay. Lord, thank you so much for giving us the ability to come together today. Thank you for this business. Thank you for sovereignly leading each of us here, placing us here. God, thank you for what you're going to do in us as we walk through this process. Thank you for what you're going to grow in us as we encounter the different situations you place us in, as we build businesses to build the futures and the dreams that you've placed in our hearts. And God, we just thank you for your love. We thank you for your provision. And we ask that you would just teach us and instruct us as we go along in making us obedient to you. In your name we pray. Amen. Okay, so your first page is your course syllabus. And so this is letting us know what we're going to talk about. So class 1 is, great, I started. What do I do now? And then class 2 is like success in the details. So like more of the details, like nitty gritty kind of stuff. And then at the bottom is how to contact me. Yeah. Okay. And so then your next page is where we're actually going to get started. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do, so first this is like all interactive, like fill the blank. So fun. The first thing I want to start off with is a ship without a destination is lost at sea, right? And so it's so important it's so fun to, like in Mary Kay, right, to like just kind of drift around and have fun and see some faces and that kind of thing. And that's great. It's great to have fun and to do that. But it's also really important to chart a course for yourself, to know where you want to be, what you're looking for. And that can be, like, it doesn't have to be anything astronomical or crazy or maybe even super clear at the moment, but knowing like, hey, maybe you want to be a star consultant every quarter. Like that's your goal. Or maybe you want to have a consistent $1,000 in profit or $300 in profit a month or something like that, you know? Or maybe that you want to see a consistent power start, or maybe you want to get into your red jacket by whatever. Or maybe, and I think as you walk in this business more, you discover secret hopes. I mean, for me, like the reason why I first started is like the reason that I told everybody why I started is different than the reason in my heart I actually started, if that makes sense. So like in my heart, I hoped that, like in my heart, I was yearning for a career. I was thinking like, please stop making me jump through all these different hoops, you know, educationally, that I had to spend so many more years going to school before I could even step into a profession. You know, I knew that I would be like really, really hard worker if anybody would hire me or whatever. And, but I didn't want to be hired into like an entry level position or whatever, you know what I mean? And so, I don't know, I was just aching for a career. And with this, I saw in my heart the ability to create what I wanted without having to ask somebody else's permission. But what I told everybody was that it was for a discount and it was just going to be fun and I was going to make a little extra cash, right? And so I guess what I want to start with is to let you know a ship without a destination, again, is lost at sea. It's important to know where you want to be and what you want to gain out of the journey. And then the other part of that is through the journey to allow yourself to really dream about what like you want in your life and you want to create out of it, because the amazing thing about this business is there's absolutely no limits on you. you were completely unlimited. And I think that was the biggest thing for me to like wrap my head around, was realizing that I could absolutely go as far as I wanted to go. Nobody was deciding whether or not I got hired to that position. Nobody said I had to put in X amount of work before I ever would be considered to move up in the business. Like, you are literally completely unlimited in what you want, and have the ability to attain anything if you're willing to work for it. And that's pretty incredible. You know, a lot of times people work their butts off for years and years and years and stay exactly where they are their whole career. Or with Mary Kay, you work your butt off and like you will take off and you will go places fast. So anyways, so before we start, I want you to take a minute and be brave and think deep. And I want you to like think about what your wildest Mary Kay vision would be. Like the craziest thing you would ever think that you would like want out of your business. Like, what would your wildest Mary Kay vision be? And I want you to like write it down. Nothing's too scary. Hey.
You gotta have more.
Okay. Do it. So just take a second and like write that down. At the top of your space for your wildest Mary Kay vision.
Does this mean that we're like
It's not
reaching
meaning
for attaining?
it's not necessarily meaning that you're reaching for attaining it. It's just saying like this would be like the craziest, coolest thing that I would love to absolutely have happen in my business. You're not wholeheartedly committing yourself to it.
Okay.
And the cool thing is that it's different for everyone. You know, some people say national sales director. Some people say start in every quarter. Like, whatever. It's anything. Your wildest Mary Kay vision. And be wild. Be daring.
Big wild.
Yeah.
I'm not real wild.
You're so wild, Mom. You're a wild child.
I'm nervous yet.
You ate pizza. You stole panties. You're a wild woman.
That's the movie I was trying to come up with.
Can you guys name that film?
Yes.
What is it? Miss Congeniality.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
That movie.
One of the most quotable movies ever. I feel like Caleb would have been proud of my quote, my movie quote. He's so good at like life movie quotes, just like really slipping it into normal conversation. Like
he's really, and then he'll say something that's like totally something you would just say in everyday life. And he's like, "What's that from?" I'm like, literally, you could say that of your own like accord. I have no idea what that's from.
That's really funny.
I don't think I'm dreaming big enough.
Dream big, girl. Take the spandex off your brain.
I can't.
Excuse me? We don't say that word here.
I know we don't. You're gonna help change that for me.
Okay, did we write our wildest vision?
No.
Or are we still stuck?
We're stuck.
Okay,
What?
we can come back.
Okay.
You're not signing away your firstborn or anything.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm gonna be held accountable.
You're not held accountable. I don't even see this packet. This is your packet. Okay.
Oh,
But
okay. No.
Yeah, okay.
I thought we were gonna have to
Your
share.
wildest Mary Kay vision.
Oh, well, then let me go again.
Okay. All right. So if you haven't written that down, you have to write it down. But we're gonna move on. So, okay, 3 secrets to success. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you want to know all my secrets?
Yes.
All of my secrets to success.
Everyone.
Okay. The first secret to success is to work the numbers full circle. Work the numbers full circle. Okay. The reason why that's important, you guys, is like, regardless of what your goal is or whatever level like you're wanting to build your business on, you are building a business. You're an entrepreneur. You're the CEO of your own company. Pretty cool, right? So when you think about it that way, every business has numbers that they work, right? Like my favorite, easiest example, because I'm at coffee shops a lot, but like a coffee shop, right? Like a car wash place, right? Car wash place. They know that every car that comes in there spends X amount of money on average. And they have to have a certain number of cars come into their car wash and spend X amount of money before they make a profit for that day. But not every car that's going to pass that car wash is going to go get their car washed, right? Some people like to wash their car themselves. Some people don't wash their car, like, you know, all that kind of stuff. So not everybody that's going to come past there is going to go to that car wash. So let's say they know that for every 100 cars that drive by, 10 are going to come into their car wash, right? They're not going to worry about the ones that didn't come in. They know that as long as they have a certain number of cars driving by, then they will have the cars come in that they need to have the profit that they need for that day, right? And that's just business. So realizing that for yourself is really important as well, that you do work the numbers. So, so knowing your numbers and knowing how to work those numbers is really important, and working them full circle. So full circle means you're not just getting a portion of that person, you're connecting her to yourself in all the available ways that you have. So that's following up with them. So like following up, sorry, this is not the second one. This is actually like a continuation of the first one. Following up, faces, and shares. That's what full circle means, is that you follow up with them in booking, you follow up with them as a customer, you see the faces and you do the shares. That's working full circle, okay? If you're missing out on pieces of that, you're missing out on pieces of your paycheck. You with me? So you wanna have all those things incorporated. So the second secret to success, ready? Understand that training is essential. Understand that training is essential. It really, really is. How many of you guys would feel confident with a doctor who had had no continuing education since you graduated medical school 20 years ago? Nope, would not feel confident with that at all. Yes, so really, really important to have that continuing education. Not only are you building your skills for your Mary Kay business, you're building skills on how to become a successful entrepreneur. You're building like important life skills. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, like being a Mary Kay, like anyone, being a Mary Kay for any significant amount of time who's actually invested in training for themselves, you cannot walk away without having grown in some measure. And so understanding that training is essential not only for your business growth, but for your personal growth, and in your personal growth, which will affect the growth of your business. So training is essential. And then the third one, secret to success. You ready? Third secret to success. Probably the most important one. Are you excited to know what that secret is?
Can't wait.
Having a positive attitude. You can do everything right with the wrong attitude and never get anywhere. You can have your date book organized, you can have your product organized, you can do a weekly plan sheet, you can whatever, and you can do all of those things right. But if you don't have a positive, can-do, overcoming attitude, you'll never get anywhere. So your attitude determines your altitude. Mary Kay always said that. But I saw it on a bumper sticker the other day when I was having a discouraged moment, that the higher the altitude, the better the attitude. You'll never see somebody in this business doing well who doesn't have a positive, upbeat, overcoming attitude. And the higher up you look, the more clearly you see that embodied by the person. Does that make sense? So really, really important. Okay, so the top two common denominators for a successful consultant and director. So anybody successful in this business, you will find two common denominators between them: consistency and a positive attitude. That's it. Consistency and a positive attitude. And the cool thing about both of those things is that they're learned and that they're gained. And both are a choice. Consistency and a positive attitude. That's it. You have both of those things, like Nothing gonna stop you. Consistency and a positive attitude. Nothing's gonna stop you. That's really, like literally all you need. Be consistent and be positive. That's it. All right, let's talk about attire. So what does your image say about you? Your image is one of the most important parts, assets to the business that you have. So Mary Kay, love this quote from Mary Kay, while clothes may not make the woman, they certainly have a strong effect on her self-confidence, which I believe does make the woman. And so definitely your self-confidence totally makes everything. When you walk in and you feel confident about yourself, within yourself, you feel confident with the way you're presenting yourself, that confidence comes across and people are more comfortable in your presence. So really, really important. Mary Kay Ash always wanted us to dress and conduct ourselves professionally. And be sure to always wear a dress or a skirt to all Mary Kay functions. You guys know all this already. When we wear pants, there's like this thing in the brain, it's like science-y, that people are more intimidated by people who wear pants. So you wear a dress or a skirt and like makes you less intimidating for some reason. I don't know. I'm sure the feminists would have a field day about that, but it's a thing. Okay, so next page. So promoting your business in the beginning. Do not be an undercover beauty consultant. Tell the world. There's so many people who are like undercover about their business. Like they work in an office with all these people and they haven't told anyone that they're a Mary Kay consultant. And like, okay. Or maybe they haven't told their family or whatever else. They're an undercover beauty consultant. And so a crazy story with that is one of my friends, Mary Kay. She was an undercover beauty consultant. And she worked in an office building and she didn't tell anybody that she was a Mary Kay consultant. And so it came Christmas time and her boss, I don't remember if this girl, no, she didn't work in the office with them. It was just another girl that knew the boss, said like, hey, have you done any Christmas gifts for your office yet? And he said, no, and it's coming up and I don't know what to do. She said, well, I can make baskets for everybody. So she did a satin hands and satin lips basket for everyone. That's $70 a person retail sales. And there were like 25 or 30 people in their office and he got a basket for every single one of them. And she was the Mary Kay consultant in the office. So she like received that basket as the Mary Kay consultant. Whereas if she was not an undercover consultant and had done that, all of those sales would have been hers. So can you imagine how much she was like kicking herself like in that moment? Like, because she just hadn't said anything. She thought people would think it was stupid. She thought, you know, well, they wouldn't care or whatever else. But because of that, she like lost. I don't even know what 70 times 20 is. Like a lot.
1,400. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how much money she lost. So do not be an undercover beauty consultant. Tell everybody. Okay, so a really fun way to do that is through social media. I definitely don't recommend blasting social media with your Mary Kay posts because people can get a little bit annoyed by that. But giving them glimpses into why you love your Mary Kay is totally awesome. It's not necessarily a really great way to like market your product because a lot of people are like, that's nice. And, you know, they just keep scrolling. So the best way to market your product is through actually putting the product on people's faces. But definitely posting on there just like something that you love. So this is a great post that you can just like post on there just to kind of like let everybody know what you're up to, what you're doing, and all that kind of fun stuff. So that's your Facebook post. Okay, so booking and coaching. So okay. Lead generating and booking are the lifelines to your business. So a really important skill to like create for yourself is to designate a specific time and place to book. When you're kind of just willy-nilly throughout the week, like, oh, I think I should like probably book this week, or like I think I should like maybe like book some parties, or like maybe I'll do that on Wednesday. You know, that maybe I'll do it on Wednesday turns to like, oh, frick, I didn't book this week, right? So it's really, really important if you're running your business like a business to create your work schedule. The awesome part about it is you get to create it, right? And so, but a really, really probably one of the biggest, most important skills to create for yourself is to create a consistent time and place for you to book, right? Consistency and a positive attitude. So consistency in the daily details, like having a designated booking time. Through having that consistent designated booking time, that means like, okay, so let's say Monday and Tuesday are your booking days, and you pick the times on Monday and Tuesday. So Monday and Tuesday are your booking days to fill up times for the rest of your week, right? And so you know that when you sit down whenever on Monday to book every single Monday, that you will have parties on your book that week, right? And so you don't have to worry about, oh no, like I'm not gonna have any parties, da 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 da. You're gonna have consistent parties when you have a consistent booking time. Booking is the genesis of your business. Everything that you want to see come out of your business, sales, star, whatever, it's all coming through having that designated booking time. So probably the most important skill that you can have is just consistently designating a booking time and place for yourself. You want to make sure these are doing people hours, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So 9 to 9 is people time. When you're writing in your date book, you're writing in your checkbook. So that's exciting, right? When you're writing in your date book, you're writing in your checkbook. Pretty fun. I like to think of it that way. I'm like, party, I just go to my checkbook. That's exciting. And I know that I'm consistently writing in my checkbook when I'm consistently having a booking time every single week. That's non-negotiable, just like my work would be non-negotiable if I was like subject to a boss. Does that make sense? If you didn't show up to work, do you think you get paid? Probably get fired, right? So you're not gonna get fired with Mary Kay, and that's good. But you definitely aren't treating it as a business when you're not like designating that booking time for yourself. So really, really important. I won't beat that dead horse anymore, but it's really important. Okay, so have your booking supplies with you. These include your referrals or contacts list, pen, planner, phone, and charger. Because inevitably, every time you sit down to book, your phone will like try to die on you.
Wait, pen, charger?
Referrals and contact list, pen, planner, phone, and charger. Okay. Make sure to have a good attitude while you're booking. When you're booking, you need to be smiling.
Is this number 2?
Nope.
This still number 1?
No, we already went through all of them.
Oh,
you just wrote them. You wrote them out.
Oh, you want
You're good. No worries. So we moved on past the bullets. So you need to be smiling and have enthusiasm. You can keep a timer by your phone to sound like you're excited, like you're timing yourself, but in a huge hurry. You can even do a few jumping jacks beforehand to get your heart rate going. If you're nervous and you're sitting there like, I can't book on the phone or whatever, do some jumping jacks, get pumped up, do whatever you need to do and get in there. But seriously, when you're smiling on the phone with them, I just like channel my inner secretary. So when you're smiling on the phone with them, they smile back subconsciously because you can hear a smile in people's voice. Make sense? You missing pages?
I have 2 blank ones.
Oh, snap.
It's okay.
Oh, it's
Random
okay.
blank pages.
It just told
Oh, that's the
it
next
just
one.
told
Yeah.
them.
Okay.
No, Lou,
You
you
can
didn't.
have your random blank pages.
Thank you. Okay. So, all right. Now, sometimes it doesn't go as peachy rosy as we wanted it to go, right? Sometimes people will tell us no, or sometimes we have parties like reschedule or whatever else, and that's okay. Again, that's part of business. So don't take it personally. Take the emotion out of the equation. In this business, no means next. So literally just replace that word in your head. Like every time somebody's like, oh, thank you, but no thank you. Like you just, in your head, like train yourself to go, okay, next. Like moving on, like, okay, next. It's no big deal. That's just another one of the cars that drive by before you get to the ones that need to come in. Does that make sense? So no big deal. It's like I love this analogy, and my director told this to me when I first got started, and I carried the mental image with me like all the time. Is when you go to the grocery store and you pick up a bad apple, like, what do you do with it?
Put it back.
You put it back where you found it and you move on, right? Like, do you sit down in the middle of the aisle and like have a pity party because you picked up a bad apple? No, you don't. Because how many more apples are out there? Like a lot. How many more truckloads of apples are coming in that week? Like a lot, right? So don't even worry about it. You just put it back where you found them and let them rot, right? Like, just imagine their little face is an apple and you just, no, thank you. Like, you can rot. So you just leave them where they're at. Okay. So no means next. This business is mathematical. So know your numbers. It really is mathematical. And that's so awesome for us that we have these established averages in our business. Like we are the longest running direct sales company ever, which is really great because you can have a lot of confidence in the integrity of this company, and that it's stable enough to be around for that long. And that means it's stable enough to be around for that long again, which is really cool. And that we have a consistent like numbers base. So it is mathematical, and that just honestly lets us know what we need to do. Like that's all that it does, is just lets us know what our consistent activity needs to be. So that we are never having to guess of like, well, how many text messages do I need to send out to have X number of parties? You know, it doesn't matter. Like it's mathematical. So know your numbers. So law of averages in the corner. When booking from your contact list, this is meaning people that you know, 1 in 3 will book. About 1 out of 3 will book with you. When you're booking referrals, meaning people you don't know, about 1 out of 7 will book with you. Make sense? Okay, now that you know all those things, it's time to fill your planner. Yay! Okay, so who to book? What do I do? Who do I start with? You start with your circle of influence. These are your friends and family. People that you already know, people that you work with, friends, family, women you work with, go to church with, your mom's friends, any of those people. Those are all your circle of influence. So that's one way. And then the second way is to book from your bookings. That is the key to success. Book from your bookings is the key to success. Meaning essentially getting leads at your parties and stuff like that, because that way like you always have leads to follow up with. So glamour and follow-up appointments are an essential part of your business. I know sometimes that can feel a little bit scary, especially if you're like, I'm not super familiar with glamour and makeup and different things like that, and that's totally okay. My first couple of months in the business, like my first 3 months in the business, I didn't even touch makeup. I was like, let me just figure out this whole skincare thing. And then like maybe I'll sprinkle in some glamour. And so by that time, like I got into play in some of the makeup. I got to come to some of the trainings that taught us how to do glamour sessions. And I started to feel more comfortable with it. And so I just began to offer it at my parties for them to come back and do the second one. But they are really essential, especially like when people come back and do glamour with you, like you have really built a solid relationship with them. And they're yours forever from that point. So, and so why will people help you and book again with you, right? Because sometimes you're like, well, why would they help me? Like, why would they care? Da, 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 that kind of thing. Why would they do that? Why would you guys think? Because they like you. It's because they like you. They've built a relationship with you. They enjoy being around you. It's so much better. It gets so much more fun to support somebody that you like than to swipe your card at a faceless corporation, right? So they like you. So also you can offer a discount or free products, etc., using a hostess program, which our hostess program is in our script. So you guys should always have that. And then a script to follow during the individual close will be on page 6. So individual closing is really important. So that'll be on page 6. Actually,
What is the individual
that little bullet point is supposed to be in another place, but it's okay. It's there for some reason. So when you want to know where you find the script for the individual close, it's on page 6. Okay, so Coaching. Closing. Sorry. Wow. Coaching. Coaching is the next section. And so if booking is the lifeline to your business, coaching is the heartbeat. So the definition of coaching is the art of keeping your appointments. The art of keeping your appointments. When you choose not to coach a party, that is you handing the hostess a blank check and asking her to determine your commissions. So when you choose not to coach a party, that is you handing the hostess a blank check, asking her to determine your commissions. It's really, really, really important to coach your party. So there's two main things in coaching your party. One is getting the guest list, and that the guest list is essential. When the guest list is in your hands, you're confirming the party. She's already asked everybody. You need at least their names at least 24 to 48 hours after booking the hostess. You can also ask for their numbers and do what's called pre-profiling, which we'll talk about in a second. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is to follow up, and follow up. How many of you guys would actually go to the doctor if he never followed up with you and reminded you of your appointment? Or the dentist? How many of you guys would actually remember that you had an appointment with the dentist?
Not many.
Not many, right? So you send follow-up texts 3 days before, the day before, and the day of.
Oh, wait.
3 days before, the day before, and the day of. So I tend to do my 3 days before, like 24 to 48 hours after I've talked to her, when she's supposed to have given me my guest list. So I'll follow up 24.
Jeez.
Mom, that's cheating.
No,
Eyes on your own paper.
I'm having trouble.
3 days before, the day before, and the day of. Okay. Okay. So I've sent my first one like 24 to 48 hours, like right around the time she's supposed to be giving me her guest list. I'll say like, hey girl, can't wait to see you at this date and time. I just need to confirm your guest list today, so that I can have goodie bags ready for everybody. Generally, that's right around the 3 day-ish mark before. And the day before, I say, you know, if she hasn't given me her guest list by that time, I'll reiterate that. If she has, I'll just say, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. We're going to have a great time. And then the day of is, can't wait to see you. Let me know if you have trouble finding me or something like that. But it's just like little constant reminders that she's supposed to be coming to me, if that makes sense. So that in the craziness of life, she doesn't end up accidentally forgetting about me, if that makes sense. So another great way to ensure that your parties are holding is doing what's called pre-profiling. Pre-profiling is essentially where you get the numbers of the guests that are coming and you send them a message, okay? And so what that sounds like is like when you're on the phone with the person booking her, you can say, okay, great. I just need the names of your guests in the next 24 to 48 hours so I can have goodie bags ready for everybody. And if you don't mind shooting me their number just so that I can text them to customize their skincare and their goodie bag and see whether they like glamour or skincare like in their goodie bag and stuff like that. So just text me the number and like I'll just text them so that they can get a customized goodie bag and see what they want in it, if that makes sense. And so does that make sense to you guys? And so now the reason why that's awesome is because now you're getting to text each of her guests and like make them feel special and exclusive, that they have this invitation to her party and that they're getting a special goodie bag and that they're having their skincare customized. And if the hostess cancels at this point, I'm pretty sure her guests are still going to show up because they're super pumped about what they're about to get. Does that make sense? So the script for that is just right there in the middle. Once she gives you their names and numbers, the first thing I send to the guests is like, hey, Rachel, my name's not Lindsay, but I'll be doing your facial on Friday at blank and blank with this girl's name. Would you mind answering a few short questions for me about your skin so I can best suit your needs? Thanks in advance. And she's like, sure. And then the script for that is those 5 questions. So that way, she's feeling like all these different things that she's been struggling with are actually finally going to get addressed, right? Just super fun. Okay, and then a day or 2 later, I text everybody again, and so you say, like, I'm so excited to meet with you Friday at 3:30. I'm getting all my goodie bags and supplies together. Would you send me the names of your guests in case she hasn't sent them, so confirm their skin type in advance? Does that make sense? Is that confusing to you guys, or like you got it? Cool. Pre-profiling is a great way, like if you're having, like if your holding rates are lower than you want them to be, if you do pre-profiling, your holding rates go up. Does that make sense? Because now the guests are excited about coming, and it like they have a connection with you, not just the hostess. And if the hostess cancels, the guests may still all come. If they want to reschedule, you have numbers of all the guests, and you can book parties with each of them. Does that make sense? You with me on all that? Okay. Just a little trick. Okay, packing your party bag. What to bring to parties? So to put in your demo travel roll-up bag, these are the products that you need. You need the Miracle Set. Do you guys know what the Miracle Set is?
Yes.
Okay. And you need one in normal to dry and combination oily.
Is that the sign?
Yeah, probably. You need microdermabrasion, firming eye cream. You can use whatever firming eye cream you would like. I prefer the Repair firming eye cream. I think that the results that they get are better with it, and they can see the difference in their eyes more immediately. So it's just a better product. Plus, it is a better sale for you. It's about $10 more. So I demoed the Repair eye cream, but it's totally up to you. Foundation primer, translucent powder.
I know what all these are.
Look at you.
Wait, primer?
Primer, translucent powder.
I like that.
I do too. Foundations. If you're using the Time-Wise foundations, I'm going to make your life way easy. Are you ready? I only demo out 4 shades. I think you guys might already know this. But I only demo out 4 shades of the Time-Wise foundation because that's a lot of colors, and sometimes it can feel a little bit intimidating, like looking at all those colors and being like, there's like 10 shades that I can match you with, right? So I only demo out 4. It's Ivory 6.
What is that?
Ivory 6, Beige 3, 5, and 6. Ivory 6, Beige 3, 5, and 6. People will be so impressed by your matching skills. And they're going to match 90% of the people that you come in contact with. If somebody feels like they're a little light or a little dark, you say, no worries, girl, these are just the colors I demo out. I'll bump you down 1 or I'll bump you up 1 and you'll be perfect. If you're confident about that answer, she's going to be confident in your answer, okay? I demo out that, and I also demo out the CC cream as well. So if you want to have the CC creams demoed out, there's only 4 shades with those. And I really like that. Also satin hands and satin lips.
School again.
I know, you are learning all of the things.
Rough.
It's rough. It is Mary Kay University. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so that is your party bag. That's your travel roll-up bag. Oh, well, you also want your roll-up bag, but that's probably.
Wait, I missed. That's okay, I'll catch
Probably
Probably
like-
hands and lips on the same one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so some of the additional party supplies that you'll need. You need your starter kit. Surprise.
Starter kit?
Starter kit. I have an extra one, I think. Starter kit, goodie bags, washcloths, spray bottles, tickets and a prize.
Prize, is that another whole line?
No, that's kind of the same one. Tickets / prize. Set sheets, profile sheets. You might go down an extra line too, I'm not sure. Q-tips and cotton balls. And your party is packed. Deal?
Yep.
All right. The next page is scripts. All of the scripts, so many scripts, which you probably should have because I probably texted all of you guys your scripts individually. So that's your scripts. Done with that page. Okay, it's money making time. Okay, so when you work this business full circle, you maximize both avenues of income by selling and recruiting. And you guys, you have both avenues of income, 2 avenues of income, selling and recruiting. So if you're only doing one or only doing, the other, you're only utilizing half your paycheck. So you're leaving the other part on the table, and that's like not super smart, right? So because by recruiting, like you're not adding anything extra onto your plate. I take care of those people for you. So you're getting a bigger paycheck without having any extra work. Make sense? So recruiting is really important as well. So, okay, selling. How many of you guys were like worried about selling when you first started? You're like, I was not sure that I could do this. Okay, so totally normal, first of all. And selling, thankfully, is a learned skill. It's a learned skill. You didn't pop out of the womb knowing how to do that, and it's okay. It's a learned skill, and it's as natural to sell as it is to buy. Mary Kay Ash always said, nothing happens until somebody sells something. Literally, the economy comes to a screeching halt until somebody sells something, right? So it's as natural to sell as it is to buy. And Mary Kay Ash always said as well, like that it's not only as natural to sell as it is to sell as it is to buy, it's as noble to sell as it is to buy because of what you're contributing not only to the economy, but to your home, to your household, to your life, to your future, and the product that you're contributing to that person's life, which is really cool. Your friends and family are going to purchase beauty products anyways, so why not from you? Selling is a win-win situation. Make sense? Okay. So some quick tips for maximizing your sales. People will buy from you for one reason. Do you know what it is? They have a connection with you. Because they help you because they like you, right? They have a connection with you, and that's what they buy from you. So it's really important to develop a relationship with your customers. And that's part of making them feel important and special because they are, and that's what I love that we get to do in this business. It's not just like we're shoving something down their throat because we want the money. We know that what we have is really going to benefit them, and we get to teach them about their skincare, if nothing else, right? And we get to develop that connection with them and make them feel important, maybe for the first time in their day, and that's important, right? Like Mary Kay Ash, one of her quotes was, treat everybody that comes in front of you like they have a sign around their neck saying, make me feel special. And so just some really cool things that she said, like, I don't know many business people that would like authentically say, like, make this person feel special when they're in front of you. So you want to do that. So make a personal connection and be mindful of your body language. Make a personal connection and be mindful of your body language. A lot of times when we feel nervous, we'll like hunch or we'll hold ourselves or we'll shift back and forth. Sometimes people get like super quiet and reserved. Sometimes people get too silly. So just be mindful of that body language and just like allow yourself to, like, you can mentally tell yourself to relax. Just relax, remain calm. You might feel nervous and jittery, but if you're paying attention to your body language and you make your body language calm and the way you're relating to these people calm, you become more calm, if that makes sense. And also, a lot of times we might be focused on the task at hand and not paying attention to our body language that's dismissive of what they might be sharing with us at the moment. So like you might be worried about filling in the trays and that kind of thing. And so you're like over here, like your body language is closed off to them. So I always make sure that I'm filling out the trays in front of them, and like I'll be filling out the trays, and if they stop to speak with me, I'll like look at them while they're speaking with me, and like I might come over here and like quickly look away, but I'll come back to look at them. So making sure that you're engaging with them like in your body language, regardless of how nervous you might feel or how stressed to get a task done that you might feel, like just to be mindful of that. And like as you go along and get into your groove, you will find the flow of it. It won't be stressful to put everything together, and it won't be nerve-wracking to go and meet new people. It'll be just kind of par for the course and fun. So some great icebreaker questions. First, great small talk while you're putting trays together. Because a lot of times that can feel like a dead time, and I don't like there to be dead time. Because like they're like filling out their little pieces of paper, and I'm filling out their trays. So it's like we're both quiet doing our own tasks, if that makes sense. So I like to have like some icebreaker questions. And so these are some of my favorite ones that just kind of allow them to chat mindlessly and let me get to know them while I'm doing things. So it's not like super in-depth things. I can be engaging while doing, you know what I'm saying? So how do you guys know each other is a great one. And then that gets them all talking together, right? If they were nervous about sitting here. So that's a great icebreaker. Are you in school? Do you work? And do you have any kids? And then you can just ask follow-up questions from there. Like, do you have any kids? Oh, cool. How old are they? Awesome. Are they in school? Awesome. Like, you work? Oh, great. How long have you worked there? Do you enjoy it? Oh, y'all work together? That's how you know, so you know each other from college. Were you in the same sorority? What were your major? Like, all those quick little follow-up questions that don't take a lot of mental thought. So once the trays are filled, then you start with satin hands. During the satin hands, you can ask them 3 questions. So as they're going around, this is a way for me just to kind of get to know them a little bit more. Their name, because sometimes it's hard to remember their names.
I still wouldn't remember their names.
It's okay. I try to remember just 2 names.
Okay.
And then I'll refer to their 2 names the whole time. And it's like I remembered like other people's, like they don't know that I didn't remember everybody's names, but I try to remember at least 2 names, so that I can call at least 2 people the same by name at the party. Does that make sense? Mom, do you need to sit on the couch?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'll just move around.
What's their name? Their skincare concern that they'd love to have addressed that day. And a random fact about themselves. Or whatever. I mean, you can do their favorite ice cream or like whatever, just another little icebreaker question. So the important part to this is to be sure to listen and engage with their answers. So it's not just like, oh, okay, great, nice. Next, like you're listening, like when she's speaking, like you are all into what she's saying. And if she says her random fact is that she loves cats, like they'll just be like, hey, cat's great. You? Like, like engage with what she said to make her feel special. Like, so like if somebody says like, my random fact is that I love cats. I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Like, would you consider yourself like a crazy cat lady? And or something random, like just to make, like engage with it in some way. And she might be like, I mean, maybe. I'm like, okay, well, like if a cat like randomly came up to this window, like, would you go like adopt it and take it home with you, do you think? Or something like, I don't know. It can be weird. It can be random. But it's just a way to like engage, like you need to engage with everybody in some way to make them feel And again, that's part of making them feel special. That's part of building a connection with them. Because again, they stick with you because they like you. And they like you because you made them feel special and important and valued and not like a number. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, that's that. And then closing. All right. Wording is everything. First of all, let me tell you this. You can get everything wrong at your party. Like, I have literally put firming eye cream all over everybody's face before. It's fine. Yeah, don't worry. One of my friends, Brittany, the targeted action toning lotion for your body, she was like, well, if it tones your butt, it should tone your face, right? So she like her first couple months put targeted action tone lotion on everyone's face. No lie. No lie. And she earned her first car like within that same time. So it's fine. Like, you can literally do everything wrong in the party, but if you get closing right, you're golden. Okay. So wording is everything. Remove the following words from your vocabulary: buy, purchase, dollar, and 100. Okay, buy, purchase, dollar, and 100. So I don't say, what do you want to buy? Or did you want to purchase anything? Or like, it's $145. I say it's $145. Or it's 16. Or, does that make sense? 205. If they want to, I ask them if they'd like to go home with anything today. Okay, does that make sense? So remove those words. Okay, so 3 is that we, 2. Okay, sell from or set sheets sell. Say that 5 times fast. Set sheet sell. Not the lookbook. It's number 2, right up underneath wording is everything. Set sheets sell, not the lookbook. A confused mind does nothing.
Jeez, I'm in trouble.
No, Mom. A confused mind does nothing. When you give them too many options, they're like, that's a pretty color. I'll go with that. Like, and all the skincare that they're thinking about that could really, really help them goes totally out the window and they just get a lip gloss, right? So do not have lookbooks at your party at all, period, end of sentence. The only thing I ever use lookbooks for is for a price reference, or for a while, and I might go back to this, I'll stick a look, like when I am putting products together for somebody, I'll put the lookbook, if they bought over $50 from me, I'll put a lookbook in the bag when I give it to them, so they can take a lookbook home. But I do not have lookbooks at my party. Okay, close your customers out individually, always. It's really, really important because sometimes people get awkward talking about money in front of other people. And if Sally over here doesn't really have a lot of money and Susie like does, and she really wants to get a lot of stuff, but Sally can't really get a lot, well, Susie's not going to get a lot because she don't want to make Sally feel bad. Does that make sense? And then also you might have a quieter person at the table who's trying to figure out what she wants. And then the louder person is going to interject her opinion into what she thinks that girl should want. And her needs are not going to be met. So you want to close them out individually so that you can really meet everybody's individual needs. Does that make sense? It's kind of just part of personal customer service. So you make sure to ask these questions during the individual close. Did you have fun? And so again, be mindful of your body language. So you sit down and you go, oh my gosh, girl, did you have so much fun? Did you have fun? What happened to your head when I started nodding at you?
You start nodding.
Yeah. So you go, did you have fun? Good.
Like a bobble.
And she starts to go, yeah, I did have fun. Right? But it's like subconscious. You do it, she does it. You go, did you have fun? Good. I'm so glad you had fun. Even if she didn't have fun, she found herself going like this, right? And so she goes, yeah, maybe I did. I did have fun. Sure. Yes, I did. I guess I did. Right? So did you have fun? And then you said, how does your skin feel? How's your skin feel? Does your skin feel good? Great. What happened?
You want to touch your face?
You touched your face because I was touching my face, right? So you touch your face, she's gonna touch her face, and she's gonna go, oh yeah, like that's really good, right? So did you have so much fun? How does your skin feel? And then you ask, what were some of your favorite things you got to play with today? This is important because it's gonna help you know how to talk to her if she is conflicted on something. Instead of just interjecting your opinion of what you think, you're able to know what she likes and you're able to actually address her needs. Does that make sense? So what were some of the favorite things you played with today? Sometimes she's gonna say, oh, satin lips, I just love satin lips, that's all I love. And you're like, great, satin lips is awesome. But in your head, you're like, that gives me no idea of what you actually really loved, like across the board. So you say, great, what else did you love? Right? And so she's going, well, I mean, everything. Like I loved the microderm and I loved the cleanser and yeah, like I loved everything. And you're like, oh, awesome. Like, I'm so glad you loved all that. Those are some of my favorite things too. And so I say, okay, awesome, girl. Well, that's great. So share with me like what sets you want to go home with for your discount today. There you go. Which sets would you want to take home with you today? And she's going to go, really like the satin hands, satin lips, and like I really like the microderm too. And like you've kind of jogged her brain, right, on remembering what she liked. Or she's gonna go, oh, I don't know, I just don't know. That is not the invitation for you to speak when she says, I don't know what I want. You keep silent for 5 seconds. Like literally, it's my rule of thumb. I go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let her think. Like give her a minute to collect her thoughts. And then after 5, I go, well, you shared you love the microderm, or you shared you loved the cleanser. And so that's going to prompt her to kind of start thinking again. So she's going to go, yeah, I did. And I really liked, the satin lips to go with, like satin hand, satin lips too, to go with it. I'm like, okay, cool. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's 2 sets right there. Like you automatically get your discount with that. Does that cover everything that you would love? Or like, did you want the princess bag, like the roll-up bag too? Because I know you said you also loved like the satin or the cleanser, moisturizer, and the foundation. So that would actually be your princess bag right there. Like you can talk her through that based off of what she told you that she liked. And you're not offering things that she's not even thinking about and confusing her mind more. Does that make sense? Are you with me on that so far? Okay. And so then you say, okay, great. Well, I can do cash, check, or card. Which one works best for you? There you go. And you just close the sale. So that's that. Now, if B was circled, during the marketing, then set up a share with your director. But only do this after the sale is complete. Okay? You close her out with the sale first. And so that's really, really important to close out with the sale first because she's just considering the opportunity, right? And so the reason why that's great is because now you're going to get her hooked on the product. And so now she's thinking, well, I could at least get a discount on this stuff that I really like, right? And a lot of times people want to know that they love the product that they're selling first. You with me? And so get her hooked on the product first. Let her be your customer. And before you leave that couch or wherever you're closing out, you set up a share with me. You don't go, okay, I'll get back with you on setting up a share. No. You do it right then and there. So if she circles B, what that script is going to sound like, I was actually looking for the script, and I think I actually forgot to put the script in the packet. So really what that's going to sound like, if you want to jot it down on the bottom or wherever, is, awesome, girl, I noticed you circled B. On the back of the page. There you go. Awesome, girl, I noticed you circled B. So this is after you've closed the sale. You close the sale, you get her payment, all that kind of stuff. And you say, I noticed you circled B too, which is so great. And funnily enough, I am actually in the middle of a training challenge with my director. Just to get the opinion of 10 women about our marketing plan. So I'm in the middle of a training challenge with my director just to get the opinion of 10 ladies on our marketing plan. And so I know you're kind of interested, like you circled B, so you have some questions and that kind of thing. I would love for you to be one of my 10. So you can just say, I would love for you to be one of my 10 that I get an opinion from because like you're so super sweet and sharp or whatever. Like give her a sincere compliment. I would love for you to be one of my 10. And then we can get you a free cup of coffee and hopefully answer some of your questions along the way. So you make it way more about her helping you out than her like signing up to do Mary Kay. Does that make sense? And you just be kind of casual with the way you say it. Because if it comes across casual, she feels casual, and it's not an intimidating situation for her. Does that make sense? Thanks, Maggie. Maggie was like, nod. Yes, thank you.
So you said maybe we can get a cup of coffee. Wait, I can get a cup
So-
of coffee and maybe I can.
And maybe we can answer some of your questions along the way. So and then I just close it with like, so you'd be helping me out. We can answer your questions. And I ask, does that sound helpful? Again, it's just kind of like an easy breezy conversation with that general script. Does that make sense? Are y'all cool with that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And so then she said, and I said, does that sound helpful? And she says, yeah, that sounds super helpful. He's like, great, well, it'd definitely be helpful for me too. So I would love that, like again, you're just being a genuine conversation, kind of whatever. So well, let's go ahead and get a time together. When do you normally work? Okay, when do you normally work? And set up a time that at least works for you and her. At least works for you and her. And then you tell me about the time. If we need to change it, we will, but at least you've got something on the calendar. It's way easier to move somebody than to chase them down and try to schedule them all together. Does that make sense? And you want to know a trick?
Yes.
You can bribe them
How?
to get them to go to coffee with you by telling them that you're out of a product, but you'll have it by the time you have coffee. So you close them out with a sale first, and let's say she got the foundation set and the satin hands and satin lips. I'll be like, oh my gosh, girl. When I bring her product, I'm like, I am so sorry. I could have sworn I had a primer. And I'm sold out, but you know what? I will have it by the time we have coffee together. So I'll bring your primer to coffee. So she's coming to coffee because she's got to get her primer. Does that make sense? Or I'll do it with satin lips or translucent powder or whatever. So I'll be like, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I could have sworn that I had that, but I will have it by the time we have coffee. So I'll bring that to you when we go to coffee. Just a little trick for you. All right. Anyways, and then the last one, number 6, is focus on your customer's needs. Focus on her needs, what she needs. Take the dollars out of your eyes and focus on having fun. Don't walk into the party going, oh, I need to sell X amount of money because I have a car payment, whatever. You focus on her needs, you focus on loving people well, and what you need will come back to you, okay? All right. Number 7, learn to read between the lines. When someone says, I just can't take anything home today, I'll call you next week, what do you need to realize? She's probably not going to call. She's probably not going to call. And that's okay. Don't worry about it. You just go, okay, dear, no worries. And you move on because you're not worried about it because guess what? You have another party lined up tomorrow. Because what were you with your booking time? You're consistent with your booking time because you had that booked out. Okay. So the appropriate response to that is, okay, well, if money wasn't a concern and you could take home anything you wanted, what would it be? If money wasn't a concern and you could take home anything you wanted, what would it be? And then the second thing is, well, what if you could get it all for free? If she says, well, yes, I would like that, then you book her with a hostess program. You can say, okay, girl, well, here's how it is. For anyone who has a party with me, I give them rewards and free product. So if you had a party and you invited 3 girlfriends, I give you $30 in free product. So for every 3 girlfriends that you have, I'll give you $30 free. So if you have 6 girlfriends there, that's $60 free. You just got your microderm for free, plus a primer.
Wait, every 3 girls, what?
For every 3 ladies you have there, I'll let you pick out $30 in free product. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's booking her with host programs. So she says yes, and then if she says no, what do you replace the word no with in your brain?
Next.
Next. Okay, next. Moving on. Okay. Number 8, set up ProPay or Square so you can accept debit or credit cards. Because not everybody has cash or check in these days.
Hello.
ProPay.
Or Square. Okay, at this point, we're going to take a short break, let you get a drink or go pee or something like that, because this next part is really awesome, and I don't want you to be like feeling bogged down by all the information. Sound good?
Yes.
So literally, we have 3 minutes to take a break. So if you need something, go. So you can like stretch, or if you guys want water, anything like that. Do you guys want any more water or anything?
No, I do.
Okay. So let's take a short break. I'm gonna TT real fast. I'll be right back.
Actually, I'm gonna put some ice in my juice. That's a big chunk of ice. Go outside? Yeah. Let's go outside. This is it's chicken. I don't really like that. How was the blueberry scone?
It was good. It was good. I liked it.
It is good. It's really questionable looking. Oops. Oh, water's here. Ice is melting.
I haven't been on Facebook in like a week, and I have like 80 notifications. I'm like, I don't even want to look at it. So I'm like,
No. Okay. Do you feel better now that you took a little break?
I'm good. I'm gonna get home water.
Okay, go for it.
Water.
Okay.
Or 3 minutes long. Like, my back is so sore from like the plane ride yesterday.
Oh.
How long was it? It wasn't that long, but we like sat and we had to get to the airport in Jamaica 3 hours early, and security took 10 minutes. 3 hours? Yeah. Early? Jeez.
Why?
So I don't. That's what because the place we stayed, they provided the transportation to the airport, and so they're like, "Oh, you have to leave 3 hours early." So we spent like 2.5 hours waiting in the Jamaican airport, and then we had to. It wasn't as bad as their customs line was terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's just been like a lot of like sitting and waiting, because the flight was like 2.5 hours. Oh,
So it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. And then we had to like drive back here too.
Oh boy.
It's a long day yesterday. It was like 12. It was like 12 hours of traveling.
Oh my gosh. Where did you guys fly into?
To Atlanta, but then we had my parents met us up there with my car, so we wouldn't just have Brent's car.
Yeah. Okay. No,
So-
that's good.
Then we ate dinner up there, and then drove back, and then took a load of my stuff down to his parents' house, and then came back. It was a long day yesterday.
Yeah. Wow.
Tired sitting down.
It'll all come together. All right, you guys. Ready? Get back to it?
Ready.
And we're almost done. Yeah, only a few more pages, actually. Okay. Okay. So, referrals. Referrals are the lifeline to your business. Because literally, like, you can't book without referrals, right? So super important. And so some just tips for getting referrals at your party. When you're talking to people, like in doing the referral part where you're like, okay, write down names and numbers and stuff like that. What it's important to remember is people rise to your expectations. People rise to your expectations. When you expect them to just go ahead and do it, like that's the next thing that they're doing, go ahead, do that, that kind of thing, they're going to rise to that expectation. So just like a teacher in school, right? Like if that teacher was like, okay, children, if you want to, you can pull out a piece of paper. And then when you're ready, if you'd like to write your name on top of the paper, you can. And then if y'all want to, we'll take a quiz. How many of you guys know chaos would erupt in that third grade classroom? Like nothing would happen, right? But you've been programmed from a young age because, like, since you were little, you sat in a class and the teacher said, take out a piece of paper, write your name on top, we're taking a quiz. You don't even think about it. You go on autopilot. You snatch the piece of paper, write your name on top of it, and just wait expectantly for knowing what you're supposed to do. You've been trained, like it's ingrained in you to do that. So when you stand up there at your party and you say, this is what we're doing next, go ahead and pull out your phones. You get to put down some friends and family that you want to give a gift card to. You get to earn tickets for doing that, it's for a prize, all that kind of stuff. So go ahead and you can start working on that. They're literally, it's amazing. They don't even think about it. They just go into student mode because you're the teacher and you ask them to do it. Okay, so people rise to your expectations. So you replace the words, if you want to, with go ahead and. Okay. And recruiting, once you're done with that, recruiting equals promotions. Yay, promotions. Everybody likes promotions, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Recruiting equals promotions. So, the great thing about Mary Kay is just because you gave yourself a promotion does not mean you gave yourself more responsibility, okay? Just really means you gave yourself a pay raise, okay? Because again, I'm taking care of your people for you all the way up to the day you become a director, okay? What? What was that?
Say it again.
Say what again?
What you just said. 3 sentences of it. I guess that when you're,
When I'm what?
when you're saying it's not more work for you
Right.
because
Because when you sign up a team member, you're not training them. I'm training them for you. I'm walking them through the process. I do for them exactly what I do for you.
okay.
So it's not like you have a team member and you have to figure out what to do with them. You sign them up and you send them to me. I take care of them.
Okay.
So it's not more work for you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I take care of them for
It's
you.
actually comforting.
Very glad. And not every director does that, by the way. So a lot of times directors make you, as the recruiter, train your recruit. So, you're welcome. Okay. So share the opportunity with everyone. Never prejudge. Because how many times have you guys looked at somebody and thought, she's got it all together, she's got a career, she's da 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 da. She wouldn't want this, right? We all do that. Like we look at somebody and we think they have their life all together. But you're prejudging. You have absolutely no idea what's going on in her heart, in her life, behind closed doors. She might be dying in her job and have been like praying for a way out. And you might have been sent there to open your mouth and share with her what this opportunity has to offer for her to have the ability to do something different and be able to stay home with her kids, like she's been praying that she'd be able to do, you know? And you'd be denying her that opportunity or like an answer to prayer because you were too intimidated to say something. Okay, so never prejudge. Share with everybody. Okay. So steps to building your team. Step 1 is complete your pearls of sharing. 3 things can come out of your pearls of sharing. New team members, education and support, because you're going to listen to me say the same thing a lot of times, and you can replicate that for yourself. And that's important. So it is an important part of your training. Oh, I think Lou is vomiting.
Why?
I don't know.
She could eat some bugs.
Poor Lou. That's
It's
so
outside.
pitiful. True. Very
That's
true.
how I feel. Oh, it's outside. It's okay.
Oh, Lou's throwing up. Sorry, Lou. Bye. Okay. So, okay. Education and support. So, again, that's important training for you so that you can be able to know like the details to share with people when you're sharing the opportunity and that kind of thing. And then the third one is booked parties. Because if she has not had a facial from you already, I promise I will set you up with a facial. Okay. So it's important to make sure that they are a quality share. A quality share. So be strategic. Look for women who are hustlers. Women who are always looking to make more money. Women who love skincare and cosmetics and could benefit from a huge discount, if nothing else. Or women who would love to have some extra girlfriend time. This does not include your 17-year-old cousin or your boyfriend. Okay? Deal? Don't bring me boyfriends. Okay. So complete 3 shares and earn your earrings. 6 shares and earn your bracelet. 10 shares or add a qualified team member and you earn your necklace. So that's step 1 to recruiting. It's completing your pearls of sharing because that's training for you and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, step 2 to recruiting is to create your passionate I story. Your I story is why you joined Mary Kay, what you love about it, what it's brought into your life. It doesn't have to be a big grand story. It doesn't, and that's totally okay. People relate to you where you are, if that makes sense. So it's your story, okay? And so people recruit with you because they can see themselves in your shoes. They're not going to recruit for the 50% in profit. They're not going to recruit because they can earn a free car. Those will be the things that make them pay attention, but what makes them believe that they could do this is because they can see themselves in your shoes, okay? So that's what the I story is all about. And you insert your I story after satin hands to introduce yourself. Because they've just introduced themselves to you, and then you introduce yourself to them, okay? So the next page is the script to creating an I story. It kind of gives you guidelines. It's not like you're memorizing this word for word, but it helps you know how to sequence, word, what to put in, what to leave out, streamline an I story for yourself, okay? So that you're not feeling like you're babbling or rambling or saying unimportant things or wondering what to say. So this is your iStory outline. So it's just, it might feel scripty at first, but once you learn it off, like it becomes just kind of an outpouring, concise, well-articulated outpouring of why you love what you're doing, if that makes sense. So, I always kind of share, I'm just going to introduce myself to you guys a little bit. And sometimes people really wonder like why I do what I do. So I'll just kind of share that with you really quick, and I'll share a little bit more about the business details later on. But my name is Sarah Catherine. I've been building my Mary Kay business for 3 years. I'm married. We have 1 dog. I'm actually a competitive equestrian. And I love like crafting and all that kind of fun stuff. So prior to Mary Kay, or in addition to Mary Kay, you can say both, like maybe you work full-time and that kind of thing. I told them that, in addition to Mary Kay, when I first started, I was like, in addition to Mary Kay, I'm a full-time student at Stanford University. But now I say prior to Mary Kay, I was a full-time student at Stanford University. I was introduced to Mary Kay at a party just like this one, or with a friend who did it, or like whatever. And I immediately fell in love with whatever. So number 4 is what impressed you about the products or the opportunity. And then number 5, is like, my consultant, so what impressed you? And then you can say, like, my consultant also shared some business information with me about the company, what it would do for me and my family and our busy lifestyle, or like whatever, you can make it yourself. I was excited and amazed by what the business had to offer, but I did have some fears, and so you tell what your first fears were and what helped you through them. Could I really do this? Where would I find customers? But I found a lot of comfort, like with Mary Kay's no risk, like try it and see, opportunity, like why I had nothing to lose and so much possibly gain. I knew I had only one way to find out, and I'm so glad that I did. Number 6, why are you glad you started your business with Mary Kay? I was amazed how simple it was to get started and make money with Mary Kay. Mary Kay is number 7. Tell how Mary Kay is different from other careers that you've tried. So besides the great income, the awards and prizes like jewelry and home furnishings and free cars and trips and all that kind of fun stuff, like who doesn't enjoy just prizes or gifts? And all of this is really great, but it really is the intangibles that are the most important to me, like 8. So tell about the positive changes in your life or in your family's life that have come about through Mary Kay, like personal growth, valued friendships, positive changes in my family, extra income. And then you just say like, Mary Kay, I have most recent prize. So tell about your awards or like things that you've earned. Like, doesn't have to be anything big. You can talk about your unit ring. You can talk about the Star Consultant prize you're planning on earning this upcoming quarter as your goal. You can tell about the one you earned last quarter. If you don't have any prizes yet, you can talk about your director's prizes. And I did that. Like when Angela, I didn't have anything when I first started, like hadn't earned a thing. And so I talked about how like my director, she's like my age. She's like earned like 2 free cars. She has like a diamond ring, and like I'm working to earn my first car and like my first diamond ring. So I'm just really excited. Like as long as you're excited, they're excited, or like I'm earning like my next prize is this coming quarter. It's called a Star Consultant prize. It's actually, we get to pick from a bunch of different ones. And the one that I picked that I want to earn is X, whatever. And then tell them about your goals. People love being a part of something. They love that. And they love knowing that you're headed somewhere. They love joining up with something that is successful, right? And so, one of the things I always do when I'm like calling and following up with my customers is, Carl, I'm so sorry it's taking me so long just to check in on you and see how you're doing. Business has really been taking off. How are you? And they're like, oh, it's really fine. I'm glad business is doing so well. And then they're like super excited to support something that's doing well. Does that make sense? So same thing with you. So like you talk about your goals. So my goal is to whatever, like earn a free car. My goal is to, bring in extra income for our family. My goal is to, make a difference in the lives of others besides my own through this like product and the business opportunity. I enjoy, and you can say like, and I always say like, I love pampering women like you guys. Like I love helping you look and feel great. Like this is what I love to do. And I'm so excited to be here. And I can't wait to share more about the details of the business with you later on. right? That's creating a passionate iStory. And this is an incredibly vital part of recruiting for you, is to have your iStory nailed down, okay? So this is a script for it. And so you really want to work on this and like actually write it out for yourself, okay? So that you can share your iStory. When you're sharing that iStory, they can see themselves in your shoes. And that's why they decide that they want to try it, okay? So step number 1 is pearls of sharing. Step number 2 is creating your iStory. Step number 3 is master, hold on, where's my key? There it is. Master the purse game. This is a really fun tool. If you're like nervous about just straight out sharing the opportunity, or like nervous, or I don't know, like if you just don't want to like list out the reasons why people start, the purse game is really fun. So you share your iStory along with the 5 reasons why someone wants to start their Mary Kay business. M is money. That you get a 50% profit and you make 50% off of what you sell, that there's a $100 per face average, all that kind of fun stuff. So like a lot of times I'll even share like, at my first party I sold X amount, and that means I walked away with X amount of profit, that kind of thing. Does that make sense? If you haven't had a first party yet, it's okay. You don't have to say anything. So that's money. P is prizes. Diamonds, purses, jewelry, all that kind of fun stuff. C is cars. T is taxes, because you get a lot of tax breaks. B is being your own boss. So the purse game is a really fun medium to actually share the business with people. I don't use it anymore. I used it when I first started because it kind of just helped me feel like I was engaging them well and that kind of thing. I don't do it anymore because I kind of just kind of share from my heart. But it's a really fun way to do things. So you can get tickets for the prize that you're going to give away for like referrals, and then you can also do tickets again with the purse game. And so that you can gather up all the tickets again with that. So essentially you go, okay guys, we're gonna play another game. You ready? And it's a game for more tickets for free stuff. So if you're sad about the tickets that you didn't get, you can get more tickets now, okay? So this is how the game goes. You need your purse, so pull out your purse. And I'm gonna give each of you guys a letter. And using that letter, you're gonna find an item in your purse that begins with the first letter that I give you. And so what you gotta do is you're gonna reach in your purse and yank out that item and hold it up and yell at me that you got it and what it is. Now the trick is the first 2 of you guys to pull out 2 different items will get a ticket, okay? So it's gotta be quick. And they have to be different items. So like if I give you Q, now you couldn't pull out a Q-tip and Julie pull out a Q-tip too. You have to pull out like a quarter, okay? Make sense? So okay, first letter is M. And so they're like, mints and makeup. And you're like, great, ticket and ticket. And you're like, cool. So this is a quick, easy way for me to share the opportunity with you guys, just more about the business. So the first reason I'm going to decide to start their business, M, is money. So you share about the money, right? And how they can make extra money and sprinkle in extra cash. You can share about how much you made at your first party. You can share they make 50% off what they sell, that they don't have any quotas or anything like that. So you just got to share about the income aspect of it. And then you go, okay, second letter, ready? P. And they're like digging around. They're like, penny, pills, and you're like, ticket, awesome. P is prizes. How many of you guys like prizes? Duh, you're playing this game, you probably love prizes, right? So you get some awesome prizes with this. It's really fun. Some of the prizes I've earned is da-da-da-da. Some of the prizes my director has earned is da-da-da-da. Some of the prizes I'm looking to earn this quarter is da-da-da-da. That kind of thing. So I just love the prizes and being recognized and celebrated. Okay, next letter is C. They're digging around, they're like, cap, card, whatever. And then you're like, okay, C is cars. How many of you guys know you could drive free cars? And you tell them about the cars and all that kind of fun stuff. And then T, a lot of times I'll skip over T because T is taxes. And people don't really get excited about tax breaks. I mean, like they do, but like that's a bonus that they can learn about afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But you can do taxes if you want to. And B is being your own boss. And so I say, like, those are some of the main reasons women decide to start their businesses. So after hearing about all that, like about my story, about why I love Mary Kay, and just about like the details of the business, what I'm gonna let you guys do is I'm just gonna let you circle this on your page where you're at, A, B, or C, so you can get them to circle where they're at. Make sense? Okay, and so that's step 3 for recruiting. Step 4 for recruiting is setting up the share at the close, which we already kind of talked about, and you got the script for that. Setting up a share at the individual close. Another reason for why you should close individually, right? Because if she's contemplating doing the business, you don't want Aunt Susie going meh, meh, meh in her ear, right? She needs to make the decision for herself. Depending on what letter she circled on her profile sheet, proceed to set up a share with your director. I put this in twice purposely because it's really important. Share with your director. If she circled A, sign her up immediately at the individual close. You don't even talk about products. You just see A and you're like, oh my gosh, girl, I see you want to get started with your business. I'm so excited for you. Let's go ahead and get started. I'll get you signed up right now. She circled A. It said sign me up immediately. So go for it. If she circled B, close her for the sale first, then set up a share. If she circled C, close the sale and only set up a share if she asks to. Okay, that's A, B, and C. And then 1, why close out the sale first? 1, to get her excited about the products. And 2, to teach her what inventory is, and it teaches her how to sell. Because she's going to remember how it was awesome to be able to go away with that product right then and there. And it also gives her a personal exchange with you. And so now she knows how to sell, right? And she saw you taking her money, and she thought, well, I could be making money like she's taking mine, right? So that's step 4. And step 5 is work the numbers. Work the numbers. 1 out of every 5 shares on average will sign up. However, if they are facialed first, then 1 out of every 3 shares will sign. So if you facial them first, you will have more team members. Please facial them first. If she's still interested but hasn't signed after a share, you're like, now what? I mean, you know everything you need to know. Like, what else is this to do with you, right? So that is when layering is key. Layering is key. Keep a little notebook of the people that like you shared with, and she's like, not right now, like maybe a little bit later. Like, I'm not really sure. I'm still thinking about it. You know, keep a little notebook of their names so that when you have, like, you can invite her to the next success meeting or event and give her a sneak peek into the pink bubble. Okay, so sometimes she just needs to see a little bit more about who we are. So, you know, every so often we'll have guest events, like we have a Pizza and Possibilities coming up where you get to invite guests just to come and get like quick facials. She's already probably had a facial with you, so we're not doing the full thing. Like quick, like miracle set, but then mostly glam, so she can play with new things. But the point is that we're gonna be doing a lot of marketing to them. So they'll get to see recognition for consultants. They'll get to hear what consultants have sold throughout the week. They'll get to hear the marketing plan again from a director, you know, different things like that. So a lot of times they just need to see what we do a little bit more. So keep a little notebook so that you can invite people to success meetings or to events just to give them a sneak peek into the bubble. So at the bottom is where you can put questions for me if you have questions that pop up in your brain either now or later on or anything like that. So that is the end of what we're going to chat about today. So, okay, today is the start of MKU. So MKU is going to last for the next 30 days. And within that 30 days, your challenge and part of earning your unit ring and graduating with honors is completing a power start. Okay, if you do a consistent power start every month, like you will easily be a star consultant every quarter. Plus, you'll be making great money and building a rocking customer base that will support you even when you're not working. Okay, so your goal throughout this MKU time is to complete a power start. And you earn your unit ring. If you've already earned your unit ring, you can earn your money bag. So completing that is, you'll want to do at least 5 shares with me, 30 faces in the 30-day period of time, and you follow that up with a reorder, which is going to come with the territory because you're going to see the faces, you're going to get the sales, and you'll need the reorder to go with that, okay? So just like last time, you got it, you guys. So that's your power start. And then you also have a picture of a set sheet. If you don't know what that is, you should have a set sheet though. If you don't know where to find that, it is on our unit page or on our proven like Wix website kind of thing. Okay, and then you have your MKU voucher. So this is voucher number 1, and this is where you get to earn your points. And you're gonna give me these points by, let me look at my calendar, Friday the 10th. Because our second MKU meeting is June 11th, is our second session, 8 to 10. Same time, same place. Cookie breakfast again. Okay, so these are your points that you get to earn. So you're gonna get 25,000 points for sending me an email. So I want you to come away from here and actually like spend some time thinking about your Mary Kay business and what you want. I want you to think about if you put in the time, the effort, focus, dedication, and work into your Mary Kay business, how would things change for you and your family within a year? How would it change in 5 years, in 10 years? Specifically, how would it change your financial situation, your confidence, your lifestyle, and your choices? So spend time on this and be as specific as possible. And send that to me in an email. So you get 25,000 points for that. You get 15,000 points for creating your contact list. So this is your circle of influence. I put a minimum of 75 names and numbers. I'm cool with also 50. If you've already done this, and like worked through your circle of influence, you can put out 10 facial bags as well. And you'll also get 15,000 points if you put out 10 facial bags. So just send me a picture of 10 facial bags that you put out. And you'll also get 15,000 points. So give yourself an additional 20,000 points if you contact every single person on your contact list. Or gather your leads from your facial bags. And contact all of them. Okay, so 50,000 points for completing your Pearls of Sharing. If you've already done your Pearls of Sharing, doing at least 5 shares throughout the whole thing. And you're gonna get those shares through doing parties and like booking shares from there. You get 10,000 points for posting the Facebook status on page 2. You gotta send a screenshot to me for that. You get 20,000 points for completing your iStory and boxing it to me. And that's probably really important because that's a really important key part to your party in general is having a solid iStory. So you really wanna work on that. So that's a big one. Attend your first Weekly Success meeting, which you guys have already done. Great job. And give yourself an extra 10,000 points if you bring a guest. Okay, and then these last 3 is where you can earn the absolute most points. Okay, so you get 1,000 points for every face you see. Like literally, you see 5 faces and you have 50,000 points. Like that's as much as your Pearls of Sharing. Does that make sense? So you're gonna get the most points through seeing faces. You get 5,000 points for every $100 sold. And you get 10,000 points for every team member that you add. Okay, so you get lots of points, and the points dictates who will be our valedictorian of the class by the end of the time that you get. And when you become the valedictorian, you get the necklace that matches the ring. So I'm just saying. You probably want to be the valedictorian. All right, so that is session 1. You guys got any questions?
Yeah, that was very good.
Good.
It filled in a lot.
Filling in some gaps.
Yeah.
We need to fill in the gaps. All right, for friends who have been watching us, we're going to say goodbye. 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 Goodbye.